Couple of seniors joining me at the desk, linebacker Josh Zellars and Jordan Hicks, the receiver. We'll get to their comments in just a moment, but a reminder of what will be surrounding them. 19 starters returning for the Cardinals, 10 on offense led by Trent Britton at quarterback, 8 on defense as well. Again, this is a group that finished 6-5 overall, but 4-1 at home at Benson Stadium, only losing their final matchup against Lamar. And that 5-4 mark in the Southland Conference put them all by themselves at 4th place in the conference. They'll open their season against Texas A&M Kingsville, and they'll open conference play against Northwestern State. That matchup will be on the American Sports Network. So I mentioned a couple of seniors, the linebacker Josh Zellars, along with Jordan Hicks, the wide receiver and return specialist. Guys, we talked about this program continuing to grow from your Division II roots, now your 3rd year in the Southland Conference in Division I. And just off the bat, Jordan, what's this process been like? And as your senior year, what kind of punctuation would you like to leave on your legacy?
Definitely an exclamation point. You know, we've been working hard for 4 years. Well, I know I've been working hard for 4 years. We as a team been growing since I've been here as a freshman, and we got better each year. You know, sophomore year, 2 years ago, we had a little minor setback. Quarterback went down 10th play into the season, season-ending injury. We went 2-9 that year, but, you know, we bounced back with the 6-5 year. So, you know, this year we're going to put the exclamation point on it, and we're continuing to win the conference.
Both of these guys are preseason all-conference selections, 2 of the 3 total for UIW. Josh, when you look at your brother's experience, Zach was also with the Cardinals before you, and when he's part of that D2 experience, have y'all compared notes on the contrast of styles?
I guess time to time, I guess you could say. Like when he was here, we were sponsored by New Balance, and I just seen the progression from to Nike to now Adidas, and it just goes along with the performance on the football field. Guys are they just wanted more, I guess you could say. When we being nice to those guys, like you say, they set the foundation, but we've improved in every aspect, as you could say, as athletes, with speed, strength, with the instincts. More guys are more instinctive on the field, and it just shows with our record.
Well, you talk about your record last year, and what's impressive was the fact that you all had that much success even without guys like Corey Lee, Eric England in front of you on the defensive line. You have them back this year. As a linebacker, you've already got that smile on your face. How much of an impact has that been in the offseason for you all getting ready?
It's a big impact. I see less O-line, I guess you could say. They're forcing double teams. Like a guy like Eric England, his hand's probably as big as my chest. Like I see him grab guys' shoulder pads. I'm just like, man, I feel bad for them. I'm glad he's on my team, you know. And it just gives me that much more confidence to make plays and to do my job, because I know they got my back.
Jordan, in a moment, we're going to hear from your head coach, Larry Kennan. But what is it like on Saturdays to suit up for a guy who's wearing a tie on the sidelines?
Coach Kennan probably wears that tie to bed, honestly. You know, Coach Kennan's he's a classic man. He talks so smooth. You know, you probably never hear him yell, but he speaks very well, and you listen to everything he says. You know, yesterday I joked with him about having dinner yesterday. I thought he was going to get up and say something on behalf of the Southland Conference. You know, he's a great man, and I wouldn't rather play for anyone else in the country. You know.
Well, their casually dressed coach is joined by our Kamady. Let's send it over to them.
You know, Coach, I really like that tie. I think it's looking good. So thanks, Lincoln, for that lead-in. I think it looks good.
Thank you very much.
Do you wear the tie to bed?
No.
Okay. See, set the record straight. I appreciate that. A little football talk. You finished last season 6-5, 5-4 in league play. Do you feel like you guys turned a corner last year? And what have you done in the offseason to kind of push that momentum forward?
I don't know if we've turned the corner. We broke through a little bit and had a really good season. And we feel like we're better at every position going into this season. Now, the schedule's hard, as it always is. It's a tough league. People will look at us a little differently since we beat a couple of them last year. But it's progress, not perfection. We work extremely hard at football and recruiting and coaching and playing, and so we feel like our program's in good shape.
And it is in good shape. You know, we heard a couple of your young men talk about how they're excited to get some of those players back. You are getting Trent Britton back, leading the way. Had a total of over 2,200 yards last year at the quarterback position. What do you see him doing, especially with a guy like Jordan Hicks at wide receiver?
Well, Trent's had a good year last year, and I really feel like this upcoming season, our receivers are good enough to really compete in the Southland Conference. And I wasn't sure that we were kind of there last year, but we can legitimately compete. We have quality receivers. A lot of them are young. Jordan will be the only senior receiver we have. But we're excited about Trent. And, you know, when you talk about Josh Zellars is going to end up being our all-time leading tackler in the history of the school. And he's a great inside linebacker. So we have a couple good guys here.
And then, you know, talking about your schedule just a little bit also, you start off with that Texas A&M Kingsville on September 3rd. And then what do you need to learn from that game, because you go right into league play with Northwestern State right after that?
Well, number one, Kingsville is a scary opponent because they've had a new staff last year. They brought a lot of transfers in. They're going to be a hard team to figure going in. We played them last year and beat them in a close game. And then we play Northwestern on Thursday night, so we've got to turn around and go to Natchitoches and get there on Wednesday and play on Thursday. And we beat them last year, but they've already started talking to us about how they owe us one, and it's a hard one going up there and play, because they're a good football team, and they're Jay Thomas is an outstanding coach. They have good players, so you just got to do what you got to do and adapt to any situation.